Good morning. Today is going to be a cooking video. My friend Ty is over. We're going to make 3 easy appetizers for holiday parties. He's in the bathroom right now, but he'll be coming out soon. And then we'll get started. There he is.
Let's get to cooking.
So this is Ty. He was featured last year in my 12 Days of Christmas. We've been friends for 13 years?
Yeah, I think
13 years. We met in like grade 8 and we're still friends to this day. So here you go. Ty's also a chef. What are we making today?
We are going to be making super simple Christmas Appy ideas that are really easy to execute. They are like vegetarian friendly, some of them are vegan friendly. You can do gluten-free alternatives. We're trying to encompass everyone and make it as simple and easy as possible for everyone.
Except for meat lovers, because we don't have any meat recipes. That's okay.
Because everyone else will bring like charcuterie platters and stuff. You know that that's gonna be there.
I also made us eggnog and rum and cinnamon, and then guess what? Forgot that Ty is lactose and allergic to eggs, so I will drink both. All right, cheers, Ty.
Cheers. We just have some garlic cloves for our roasted garlic and pesto flatbread. I've thrown a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper to season the garlic cloves, and we're just gonna throw them in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 16 to 24 minutes. Red onions we're gonna be using for the pita shells, the pita bites, as well as the bruschetta. It's gonna be a 2-in-1 deal. For proper knife technique, what I usually teach all of the kids that I work with at my job is like, you want to think of an Italian, you know, like, oh, mamma mia, mwah. Like that's what your hand should look like. It should always look like this. And the knife's gonna rest up against your knuckles. Too many people cut like this, and when you're chopping, you cut the tips of your fingers off.
Ew.
So if you do this, the knife's gonna rub against your knuckles and you're never gonna cut yourself.
You're gonna cut your knuckles, what you're gonna do.
You're not.
Check out this technique.
Cut the tip off.
I also have a cooking channel.
Do you, Chris?
Believe it or not.
What's it called? Quick, let's plug it in right now.
It's called Cook with Chris. Has like 14 posts.
The food looks amazing though.
The food does look good.
The food looks really good.
But I'm not like a good chef, you know? Like I can only follow a recipe. I can't come up with the recipes.
Well, that's where it all starts. The more you cook, the better you get.
Food for goodness.
I'm crying, I'm sorry. We're gonna saute and caramelize the sliced onions that I did. Also diced onions.
We did.
With the other half of the red onion, that's gonna go in the bruschetta.
Aw, they're not sizzling. That is sad.
That's sad.
That's sad.
Whose stove is this?
It's mine.
Why is it so...
It's gross is what it is.
It's gross. Let's crank this all the way to high.
So I forgot to say, if you are cooking in the kitchen, don't forget to tie your long hair up in this lovely braid, or don't do anything, which is just gross.
Just, you know, put some gel in your hair. It'll keep it there locked in.
Also, we've got some sizzling action.
Some sizzling, finally. Pan's been heated. Little salt, just a little bit.
Salt.
Little pepper.
Pepper.
And we're gonna let this saute for a little bit.
I never saute red onions.
There's a little bit like browning in there that you can see. That's called caramelizing. When you caramelize onions, it adds a nice sweetness to the onion, and that's what we're looking for.
Righto.
And while that's sauteing and sounding amazing, it's starting to smell super tasty in here, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna pesto our flatbread. Chris doesn't like pesto.
I hate pesto.
But we're gonna force her to eat one, and we'll see if she likes it or not. It might be life-changing.
It might not.
It might not, but it might. So because we're doing like pesto bites, typically when you do like a pizza, you usually leave a crust around the edge, but because they're bites, we want to use all of the pita shell. I'm gonna be going with the pesto sauce right to the edge, but not too much. Pesto can be quite...
You missed a spot there.
Pesto can be quite oily, so you don't want to load it on. We want the flavor of the pesto. We don't want just pesto in your mouth. The pesto is quite strong.
Kinda looks like throw up.
Guys and gals, does not look like throw up.
It does.
Our onions are pretty caramelized, if I do say so myself.
Oh, those are caramelized.
Right? So we're gonna throw our smoking hot onions all over this tasty pesto, and conveniently, as if, you know, we timed everything our garlic should be done.
That smells so good. I love garlic.
Some nice roasted garlic cloves. Ooh. A lot of people, when they think of garlic, they think of it like as an additive, like it's enhancing the flavor. In this particular dish, the roasted garlic is the main feature. You're not used to eating whole garlic cloves because that would be gross.
No, I've done it.
You can eat roasted garlic is absolutely delicious. So you more or less want a whole garlic clove per little bite.
Some people might not like garlic.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
Weirdos. If only there was smell-o-vision on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Can you imagine if you can
transmit smells?
Yeah. Transmit smells.
Cooking channels would be so popular.
Oh yeah. But you could also transmit a lot of other smells.
That's fair. Yikes. We also have some goat cheese to top it off with. A bunch of different flavors of goat cheese that you can get. They're usually confused with different flavors. Chris picked up some fig goat cheese. Goat cheese is super, super creamy. But like me that are lactose intolerant, they can have goat cheese. It's cow's milk typically that they have trouble digesting. You don't want like a copious amount of cheese, just enough so it adds like that little bit of creamy smoothness. It's gonna bring all the flavors together. And we're gonna put it on a pan, throw her in the oven for 9 to 12 minutes.
Also, it's at 400 degrees.
400 for everything today.
Everything today. Oh,
look at that. So this is just tiny little, like a cupcake muffin tins.
And that's my pan.
The puff pastry sheet is for, we're going to be doing Brie cheese, fig jam, and pomegranate stuffed tartlets. Christina, turns out that she doesn't have any flour.
Yeah, well, I wasn't told. I picked up a lot of the groceries, but
it's funny. Working and living in a kitchen, there's like staples that I'm like, everyone has salt, everyone has flour, everyone has pepper. So if you don't have flour, what you can do is you can take the pan. I took the pan, I sprayed it on the countertop, and so yeah, lay down the puff pastry sheet. We're about to cut it into tiny little squares to fit it inside the little muffin tins.
Right. Cusco's poison.
Exactly.
Do you even know what I'm doing?
Yeah, you're talking Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
We have the pomegranates, but I'm going to split it open and just want to like give it a nice couple squeezes. It just helps loosen up the juices and the seeds that are stuck to the sides. Using that same knife technique, you open it up. Look at that, doesn't that look so
juice.
pretty? In reverse, so how I was squeezing it inwards before, just loosen it up a little bit. You can hear how it's stretching, but again, I'm not breaking it. It's still intact, and some seeds are already coming out, which is what we want.
To our bowl of seeds.
To our bowl of seeds. So you take it, you place it upside down in your hand, and you take a wooden spoon, and you're just gonna smack the back of it, and it's gonna help loosen up all of the seeds, and they're all gonna start coming out.
I will eat one.
Nice. Some Brie cheese that we're gonna cut up into little cubes to fit inside the pastry tarts.
Brie is expensive.
It is quite expensive. Goat cheese would be a decent alternative for this particular tart.
You know what I don't like before I tell you?
What do you not like? What?
I don't like Brie.
You don't like Brie cheese?
Nope.
Oh.
But you know.
Good thing you're trying a bunch of things that you don't think you like today. So next we're just gonna put a little dollop of fig jam. So we're gonna pop these delicious looking tarts in the oven for, again, like I would say another 9 to 12 minutes.
Oh, they're a little hard to get out without oven mitts, aren't they?
Yeah, a little hard. Good.
They look so good. They're like sizzling.
You can buy balsamic reduction in stores, or you can make your own. Just take some balsamic vinegar, put it in a pan or a pot, add some honey to it if you'd like. I typically don't. I just take it as is. And so you just put it in a pot and a pan, put it on low to medium, and you just let it reduce. It's gonna thicken up, it's gonna enhance the flavors, and we're gonna use that as a garnish on the pita as well as the bruschetta. And then while that's going on, we'll start dicing some onions.
We did already.
Some tomatoes, basil, throw in the feta, slice some baguette, pop that in the oven for a quick 6 minutes. Bada bing, bada boom, all 3 Appies are done. Can you imagine if you got a shot of me just like cutting my finger?
Oh, I was thinking about that actually. Got some bubbling balsamic.
Bubbling balsamic.
And now we're turning it down.
doing any sort of like fresh herb, especially leafy things, so like lettuce as well, you want to roll it all into a giant log or ball. This is called, the actual technical term is your chiffonading, so it's so much easier to slice.
Ooh, this is like aesthetically pleasing.
And that way you don't have to go back and like sit there and just keep smashing at leaves and everything.
I'm gonna do this from now on. I struggle a lot with cutting things.
Oh, there you go.
You know what, actually living alone with cheese is hard, but feta lasts
Forever.
a long time. Feta's the
lasts.
one cheese you could probably get away with
Probably.
keeping in your fridge. Salt,
Salt.
a little pep.
A little pep.
One of my many talents.
What is one of your many talents, Chris?
Stirring.
Stirring things.
I will say I'm a very good stirrer. I do a lot of stirring. Stirring the pot, one would say.
All stirred up?
Stir.
My sous chef, ladies and gentlemen. Super simple baguette slices we're gonna pop in the oven at 400 degrees again for 6 to 9 minutes probably.
Pop them in.
Well, there we go. We have our 3 appetizers. The bruschetta, the fig and brie with pomegranates. We put some fresh pomegranates on top just to make the color pop a little bit, as well as the pita roasted garlic bites.
So Ty, thank you for coming on the channel.
My pleasure. 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, maybe every year.
Maybe every, yeah, why not?
Why not? We'll just keep doing weird videos.
I like it.
Thank you guys for watching, and we're gonna go eat this now. Trying out this one, which was the tart thing.
Tart thing. And tell if she's lying to me or not.
No, that's really good.
Is it?
Yeah, I like
Awesome.
it. Did you try it yet?
No.
Well, try one. It's really good.
The dreaded.
The dreaded pesto thing.
Crunchy.
Slimy yet?
It's fine.
Yeah, I like this one too.
Oh.
It really tastes pesto.
Right? It just like adds to the, like everything. Passes the pesto test, okay.
I love bruschetta.
It's really good, hey?
Gets an A++ from me.
The bruschetta?
Yep.
So that's your favorite of the 3?
No, I think the tarts.
Tart. And then bruschetta.
And then bruschetta. And
But
no, actually no. Yeah, no, yeah, they're all tied. They're tied.
Really? The pesto's tied?
Tied for first.
Oh! So would the person be the talk of the party if they brought these Appies?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on the crowd.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.